Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayan Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Sha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Dehivam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Brindabaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatrobhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaeva Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. So it's chapter 2, text 50. Let me just see, is everyone, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Buddhi yukto jahatiha ubbe sukrita duskrite tasmad yogaya yujva yasva yoga karmasu koshalam. A man engaged in devotional service rids himself of both good and bad actions, even in this life. Therefore, strive for yoga, O Arjuna, which is the art of all work. Purport: since time immemorial, each living entity has accumulated the various reactions of his good and bad work. As such, he is continuously ignorant of his real constitutional position. One's ignorance can be removed by the instruction of the Bhagavad Gita, which teaches one to surrender unto Krishna in all respects and become liberated from the chained victimization of action and reaction, birth after birth. Arjuna is therefore advised to act in Krishna consciousness, the purifying process of resulted action. End of purport. So yeah, I mean, this to me, it's crystal clear. If you are on the path of devotional service to Krishna, you rid yourself of the good and bad actions, and you can do it in this life. You can leave this all behind in this life. So it doesn't really make a distinction between good and bad actions. It's not like, oh, you were a good person, you have good karma, maybe you're wealthy and you have good health, good looks and everything, but even with that, we're still bound to the material world. So it's through the engaging in devotional service, that is what will ultimately bring us out of this samsara, the eternal cycle. One thing that also came to mind, the 9 angas of bhakti. Let me see if I can bring that up. Excuse me.
Is that Shravana?
Oh, I think so.
Kirtana,
Yeah.
Smarna.
Yeah. I don't know them by
I
heart.
only know
I know the first few.
Yes. So the 9 angas or forms of bhakti, devotion, are Shravanam, hearing, Kirtanam, chanting, Smaranam, remembering, Pada Sevanam, serving the feet, Archanam, worshipping, Vandanam, bowing and praying, Dasyam, servitude, Sakyam, friendship, Atmanivedanam, complete self-surrender. So those are the 9 forms of bhakti. So,
what do they call the 9 what?
Angas, it's like
Anga.
limbs, 9 limbs.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was just hearing it's on Wisdom of the Sages.
mm-hmm. Yeah. So these are the different aspects that one can do.
And if you live like a devotional life, you're going to do all these things naturally. You're going to chant naturally. You're going to serve your fellow devotees naturally. You're going to always talk to friends about Krishna. So the yoga is your lifestyle. That living this, not just we get together on Sundays. Because I know we all live this lifestyle, but that's what it means, that every single day you let this knowledge and these practices that are given to us through the Gita and the Bhagavatam, you incorporate them in your life. It's not that you just listen and walk away. They mean something to us, and they have changed all of our lives for the better. So
Sure.
that's there. But yeah.
Pray for that every day to apply the knowledge.
That's a very good
Yeah, it's
prayer.
really important.
Very good. So many of us are praying for favorable karmic outcomes. But to pray for that process, just to really want that from the bottom of your heart, that is very rare and special. Okay. 51. Karmajam buddhiyukta hi palam tyakva manisina janmabandha vinirmukta padam gachanti anamayam. The wise, engaged in devotional service, take refuge in the Lord and free themselves from the cycle of birth and death by renouncing the fruits of action in the material world. In this way, they can attain that state beyond all miseries. Purport. The liberated living entities seek that place where there are no material miseries. The Srimad Bhagavatam says, Samasritaye pada palava plavam mahatpadam punyaya so murare bhavam buddhir vatsa padam param padam yad vipadam natesam. For one who has accepted the boat of the lotus feet of the Lord, who is the shelter of the cosmic manifestation, and is famous as Mukunda, or the giver of mukti, the ocean of the material world is like the water contained in a calf's hoof print. Parampadam, or the place where there are no material miseries, or Vaikuntha, is his goal, not the place where there is danger in every step of life. Owing to ignorance, one does not know that this material world is a miserable place where there are dangers at every step. Out of ignorance only, less intelligent persons try to adjust to the situation by fruitive activities, thinking that resultant actions will make them happy. They do not know that no kind of material body anywhere within the universe can give life without miseries. The miseries of life, namely birth, death, old age, and disease, are present everywhere in the material world. But one who understands his real constitutional position as the eternal servitor of the Lord, and thus knows the position of the personality of Godhead, engages himself in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Consequently, he becomes qualified to enter into the Vaikuntha planets, where there is neither material, miserable life, nor the influence of time and death. To know one's constitutional position means to know also the sublime position of the Lord. One who wrongly thinks that the living entity's position and the Lord's position are on the same level is to be understood to be in darkness, and therefore unable to engage himself in the devotional service of the Lord. He becomes a Lord himself, and thus paves the way for the repetition of birth and death. But one who, understanding that his position is to serve, transfers himself to the service of the Lord, at once becomes eligible for Vaikuntha Loka. Service for the cause of the Lord is called Karma Yoga or Buddhi Yoga, or in plain words, devotional service to the Lord. End of purport. So, it is a lot. You know, we've covered a lot of ground here. So basically, we understand that we have to take refuge in the Lord. There is really no place to go in this world that's safe. You know, what I really do like is that in that Srimad Bhagavatam translation, once we have accepted that the Lord is our refuge, is that the ocean of the material world is like the water contained in a calf's footprint. So, you know, it seems so vast. It seems, oh my God, the spiritual world, the spiritual sky, it's way beyond us. But then upon this realization, upon, you know, going through the process of bhakti, that whole, it's not just this universe, there's innumerable universes that Mahavishnu is constantly creating and are being destroyed. So it's like an infinite amount of material universes, but all of that just becomes as insignificant as the water in a calf's footprint. And from there, we can go to the spiritual world. And of course, sometimes there is the prospect that we are here to serve even in the material world. But even in that case, to be in the Lord's service and to be in the Lord's association is virtually like being in the spiritual world. We're under that umbrella. It's that alone can get us away from the miseries of this world. I mean, I can tell you a story. My father came to this country. He lived in Iran, a third world country, and he thought by coming here he was going to be happy. He even changed his name to Sharp, to a Anglo wasp name, you know, thinking that he just has to become like this white American person and everything was going to be fine.
What was the name before? Do you know it?
Saleh, but well, anyway, before that it was Attar Neshaburi, but anyway, yeah, you know, so, I mean, you know, sometimes you think, oh, all I have to do is associate with wealthy people and I'll be happy. Or there's some people that think, oh, all I have to do is have the darshan of famous people and I'm going to be happy. I mean, you know, we were just in Manhattan like a couple of weeks ago for my birthday, and we saw, like there was like the Directors Guild. You know, it's like the union for film directors. And there were all these people, and they were gathered around. They couldn't wait to see. They wanted the darshan of this, whoever, some director. And they thought they were going to be so happy just to see this person that made movies. But, you know, really, what is that? You know, people go through such lengths to be happy and thinking all they have to do is go somewhere or be with someone and they're going to have all the happiness in the world. But it's ultimately just an illusion. All of us are going to leave our bodies in the end of the world. I mean, the end of our lives. I mean, when I was younger, I had this kind of delusion that either the end of the world was coming and that I would be saved by God at the end of the world, or I'd be like Enoch, who got, he was somehow rescued by God, and he didn't have to die. I thought one of these things was going to happen to me. I said,
Right.
I'm not going to die. No, but we are. All of us are. So
Yeah.
it's ultimately through the association of Krishna and his devotees that we ultimately do overcome this. And even in the event that we don't make it now, we will have those impressions. We will always have the association of devotees if we do our best. Yeah.
And in the end, your father is not any happier.
No, he's not happier. No.
Right.
I mean, even now he goes to these meetings with people from his country who speak his language and everything. I don't think he really has any friends that are no close friends that are not like from his country or anything, even though he tries so hard to act American, thinking like that's going to make him happy.
Yeah.
He used to do work for these Iranian Jewish people, and they were very wealthy. And he was raised Muslim, and he just was, he found out that we have some ancestry who were Jewish, and then he became very idolized, thinking, oh, I must be Jewish, then I'm going to be happy because those people are happy, you know.
Right.
And one of them I know is quite miserable. He told my mother once that he was taking lithium because he was so miserable. And he had a multi-million-dollar house. So my point is, none of these designations are going to save us. We're ultimately going to be enmeshed by the material energy. It's ups and downs. And those ups and downs never end. We can't simply find that high and cling to it and be free from all of the negativity in the world.
Because he's ultimately looking for Krishna.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it's at. But he's identifying his body to being American, to being, so that false ego identification is like making him go in circles over and he has a devotee living in the house that he could have enlightenment from. But he's making a choice.
Well, maybe he is getting it,
on some level,
right?
yeah.
On some level.
Last year he did some construction work for an ISKCON devotee.
Yeah.
But he's told me repeatedly that, you are the God. He told me, you are the God. He said, don't pray to God. You are the God.
Wow.
It's like, it's total Mayavadi. I don't know where he's getting this from.
Yeah, because even as a Jew, he wouldn't say that.
Right. Exactly.
That's so funny.
But now, at the moment, he has 2 devotees living with him. So,
He has an opportunity.
Right.
And maybe all that happened for a
Yeah, just keep feeding him prasadam.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Does he eat it?
Not every night, sometimes.
Sometimes he will.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I forget what I was listening to. It might have been Wisdom of the Sages, and they were talking about exactly this. It's like you climb the pole, ring the bell, grab the flag. Now what? And that's just our cycle. It's like we get there, and now what? And I was watching, just because I found it to be so interesting, the life of P. Diddy and how he started out. And he had all, like when he didn't start out like this, now where he's in jail for sex trafficking, but that's not how it started. And there was, he was a young kid, he had very enthusiastic, a drive for success, but every time he got there, it was never enough, and never enough, and never enough. And
Right.
then, look where it ended up. Orgies, that it was just never enough. And that's just kind of how our human mind is, unless we're rooted in something else.
Exactly.
If we just give into the senses and I want to eat good food, I want to smell good things, I want to and unless we're rooted in something that can happen to us
Right.
constantly in search of the
Mhm.
next thing.
That's so true. I wanted to share one more thing at least before we go further. 1 second. Just want to. Okay. So in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 14, which we have already gone through, it says, O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress, and their disappearance in due course are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons. They arise from sense perception, O scion of Bharata, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. So at root, we should also have that realization that we're going to have good times and bad times. It's inevitable. It's just like the seasons.
And learning how to be in the winter,
Yeah.
comforting yourself, understanding, like even there's so much that we can find, you know, in those dark times too. We don't have to keep running away from them and fearing them.
Yeah.
Because it's all temporary.
And my mother also had this dream of living in Hawaii because I guess she wanted to escape winter.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think it is a part of our root nature is to escape distress.
Yeah, we don't want to be there.
To all degree.
I just had a winter season and it lasted for 3 days after my trip. Just crying, and I wanted so much to get out of that. Like, what is this feeling? Like, I was tired, I'd broken foot, I felt I couldn't do the things I wanted to do. And once I caved into that and was just like, all right, I'm gonna stay here and it's okay to be here, it all of a sudden wasn't so bad being there. It was the fighting of trying to get out of that, right? Like, I don't want to be here. Instead of just like, all right, this too shall pass. Like, it's not, this isn't forever. So what can you learn about yourself here? And once I like just kind of laid there and was like, okay, you're in a winter month, your foot is broken, can't do this, you can't do that, slow down and just be there. The fight of getting out of there was the battle in my head, instead of just saying, all right, maybe there's something here, and just relax. You know, it's not so dark, it's gonna pass, there'll be light tomorrow, right?
Yeah, true.
Millard said that once, like somebody told him, like, there's juice there too. In the darkness, you can find some juice. Like, that's where you really can, you know, learn something about yourselves. It's not, don't be so quick to rush out of that darkness. I mean, you don't want to stay there for too long. But
No, that's very true. Yes,
you know,
that's right.
But we have these resources. I could turn on Wisdom of the Sages. I can pick up my Bhagavad Gita. I have something now. I don't have to just stay there. I can search. I can find things to pull me through. And it's not going to be material things that's getting me out of that. It's this stuff that's going to, you know, give me comfort in those dark times. Even just sitting, like, I couldn't get up and go, and I spent more time at my altar, like just staring at the deity. Or, you know what, I'm just gonna light a candle. You know what, I'm just gonna offer some food. I had more time there, and I don't always know what to do at my altar, but this time around with this, I found great peace. It's just sitting there. I don't have to, it doesn't have to be this ritual. I don't have to do my japa. I could just sit there and take in. You know, so.
And that's Archanam. That's one of the 9 angas of bhakti.
What is it?
Archanam, the worship of the deities or the altar or whatever.
Just time spent there.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
I mean, some devotees, they have a very regimented way of doing that.
Right.
But especially if you are starting out, it's I think it's good just to do what you're inclined to do and just to develop a taste for it.
Yeah, I actually put a picture. It's like a old black and white picture of my mom
Mm-hmm.
because I have this disconnect from her.
Right.
It's like a painful thing, and I just keep
Mhm.
that all the way over there. But having just her near my altar has like given me like almost like a reason to go to it. Like I know.
I put my mom's picture like kind of under my altar, not directly under,
Yeah,
but
mine's
like
to the side of my altar.
and then like when we give flowers to the deities, when the flowers after a day we give those flowers to my mom's picture.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no,
I
it
like
really
that.
changed
So,
it.
yeah, so
It
they get the
changed
prasadam.
everything.
She gets the prasadam.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like it changed things for me, so it made me want to be there more.
Your mother's your first guru.
That's
true.
right. That's right.
True.
Do you feel like resentment towards
Anger.
her?
I feel like I worked through that when I was in Bali. That was one thing I really wanted to release. It's more of an anger. It's and grief that I just, I was young and I lost her. I lost her when I lost my brother. So she was diagnosed with cancer when I was 7.
Wow.
That was a feeling of right away. Like you hear the word cancer and you're like, oh, she's gonna die. So that started it. I was very young. I didn't process it. Losing my brother, lost her. Then I didn't really have her from 12 to 15, even though physically she was here, she was not. So I think that was where the anger kind of like, what about me? Like, I'm still here. So I think working through that, that's why I was so wanting to go to those purification temples in Bali. And we did 3 of them. And that was really important for me because I felt like it doesn't matter if that's not, maybe it's in my mind, the purification of those types of things, but that's what I had in my head, and it was helpful just having that.
It was real. Don't push that away. It's real.
I felt very
The water,
different.
all waters come from the Ganga. You are in like ice
And they
cold
said
water that like purifies you. No, it's very real.
Felt
And it is
very
a
light,
purification.
and and my mother's favorite color was green, and they gave us the green.
Oh,
I was like, I had no idea,
That's
but
awesome.
I always, when I think of emerald, I think of my mother. Just, so it was just really nice. But I think, I think also that's why I broke the foot. So when I came home, I had to, there's, someone said once, relating to Christianity, like, it's the things that knock you to your knees that bring you closer to Christ. And same thing here, like, let me,
You had to surrender.
let me slow her down physically so she can absorb everything that she just, so it's been a process, but it's been beautiful. Grateful for it.
Did you get more tattoos?
I got a wave because I was able to get up on a surfboard.
Oh,
It's just a
that's so
tiny little
cute.
wave.
Oh, I love that. No, is that one new?
No, this one.
I never noticed.
This one is like the first one, I think.
But you also got your
Yeah, I did that.
Oh, let me see that. Oh, I love that.
It's
And I love that spot.
It's a Balinese om. Yeah.
Did that hurt?
It was uncomfortable. It did not hurt though. Like honestly, like this hurt, like on the bones. I feel like that hurt. This
Is that new on your foot?
No,
On your ankle?
that's from when my dad passed.
Oh.
But it's very weird. It's almost like your brains are shaking a little bit, so close to the head.
Oh, the vibration.
Wow.
But I actually loved getting this one. I guess because I was in Bali.
Yeah.
And, he didn't even speak English. The guy who was doing it, I just showed him a picture. He kind of like drew it. Like it was just fun. It was fun getting that one. Yeah, I liked it. Glad I did it.
How much time do we have?
I think we have time. It's only 9:40.
9:40.
Is the next one long, though, Si?
It's not short, but I wouldn't say it's really
It's not
long.
terribly long,
Yeah, we could
right?
do it.
Yeah.
We ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Yadate moha kalilam butir vyatita risyati Tadagantashi nirvedam shrotavyasya shrutasya cha. When your intelligence has passed out of the dense forest of illusion, you shall become indifferent to all that has been heard and all that is to be heard. Purport. There are many good examples in the lives of the great devotees of the Lord, of those who became indifferent to the rituals of the Vedas simply by devotional service to the Lord. When a person factually understands Krishna and his relationship with Krishna, he naturally becomes completely indifferent to the rituals of fruitive activities, even though an experienced brahmana. Sri Madhavendra Puri, a great devotee and acharya in the line of the devotees, says, Sandhya Vandana Bhadram Astu Bhavato Bhusnana Tubhyam Namo Bodheva Pitarascha Tarpanavido Naham Kshama Shamyatam Yatra Kvapi Nishadya Yadava Kulotamasya Kamsa Dvisa Smaram agam haramitad alam manyakim anyaneme. O Lord, in my prayers 3 times a day, all glories to you. Bathing, I offer my obeisances unto you. O demigods, O forefathers, please excuse me for my inability to offer you my respects. Now, wherever I sit, I can remember the great descendant of the Yadu dynasty, Krishna, the enemy of Kamsa, and thereby I can free myself from all sinful bondage. I think this is sufficient for me. The Vedic rites and rituals are imperative for the neophytes, comprehending all kinds of prayer 3 times a day, taking a bath early in the morning, offering respect to the forefathers. But when one is fully in Krishna consciousness and is engaged in his transcendental loving service, one becomes indifferent to all these regulative principles because he has already attained perfection. If one can reach the platform of understanding by service to the Supreme Lord Krishna, he has no longer to execute different types of penances and sacrifices as recommended in revealed scriptures. And similarly, if one has not understood that the purpose of the Vedas is to reach Krishna and simply engage in the rituals, then he is uselessly wasting time in such engagements. Persons in Krishna consciousness transcend the limit of Shabda Brahma, or the range of the Vedas and Upanishads. End of purport.
Is that what, similar to what we were just talking about?
Yeah, kind of. That's what I was getting out of it.
Right. So in Sanatana Dharma or Hinduism, there are a lot of scriptures, there are a lot of rituals, there are a lot of places of pilgrimage to go, but this is very simplified. Well, our path is very simplified. We're chanting, we're doing kirtan, we are, serving the devotees, serving our guru, and, through the angas of bhakti. And when we do these things, there are a lot of rituals that other people in Sanatana Dharma do, but we don't have to do these rituals. And also because, in, I believe it's either chapter 7, verse 2, or chapter 10, verse 2, Krishna says, he is the source of all divinity. He's the source of all the demigods. So when we worship Krishna, when we keep Krishna in mind as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then we don't have to directly pay homage to the devas or to others. Yeah. So, in the tradition of Christianity, there's when Jesus said to go by the spirits of the law and not the letter of the law, and when he made 2 commandments, to love one another and to love God with all of our hearts, but to love ourselves. To love each other, I should say, excuse me. So it's through that essence, really, that we can attain. And then when we're indifferent, I don't know, have you ever seen The Matrix before?
Yes.
Okay. So in the very end of The Matrix, you'll see that that Neo has this realization in the very, very end, and Agent Smith is like hurting him or trying to hurt him, but none of this stuff has any effect on him. He doesn't even have to dodge the bullets anymore. The bullets have no effect. So in that similar way, when we are in this full devotional service, it will not have an effect. And the real examples within the scriptures include when Prahlad Maharaj was being attacked by the agents of his father, when he was being tortured. None of that had an effect on him. Same with Srila Haridas Thakur, who was one of the associates of Mahaprabhu. So he was taken to 26 marketplaces by the Qazi and beaten. He was smiling throughout the entire ordeal. He was creeping out his captors. The people were beating him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's...
I love that story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Mhm.
Things like makes you
And the
think
Matrix also, like it's pretty deep. It's
Yeah.
pretty like if you watch it now
Mhm.
I'm gonna
and
watch
think
it
of
today.
it. Yeah.
Or-
Yeah, because I did watch it with like Frank years ago, and I probably didn't.
I didn't
You'll
get
see it in a
No, you
different
don't
light.
pick up
You'll
on-
definitely
yeah.
see it in a
But
different
when
light.
you talk
Do you mind if I
about
grab
it,
Please
though,
take it, yeah.
it's-
Just so you know, it's down to
We're
30%.
living in
It probably
virtual
didn't charge
reality.
properly.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we really are.
Yeah.
It is an illusion, so
Yeah.
what's the difference?
Yeah.
And they're really sitting there with something on them, manipulating the virtual reality.
Wow.
You know, like, right?
Mhm.
They're not in that life, in that world. They're
No.
in some
Exactly.
Right.
He's somewhere else.
right,
Mm.
and like in a ship or something, right? Are they on a ship?
Well, the main characters were on a ship.
That's what they're
Right.
trying to
They
do.
everybody was on Earth in these, like, I don't know, it's like a farm. The machines made a farm
Right.
to harvest biological energy from humans while they're in this dreamlike state of
Right.
being in the Matrix. But-
Wait, one quick thing. This is the month of Kartik,
Yes.
when we offer lights to baby Damodar. Does anyone want to go to the temple one night and go do this?
What temple?
The Bhakti Center.
Probably. But we're also doing this at home. We're
Yeah,
offering
but
lamps.
it's funner.
It is more,
Well,
yeah,
So
but we're up for
Uh,
it.
yeah, why don't we make a field trip?
Okay.
When is during the week too?
It's for a whole month.
I want to make one suggestion. If you're going to take one day, either the last day or Govardhan Puja, one or the
Oh,
other.
that's right.
When is Govardhan Puja?
It's like the Wednesday of the 4th week of October.
All right, I could do that at night, right? Like
And
during the day?
there'll be a lot of prasadam there, a lot.
Well, that's all you have to tell me.
Yeah,
Food.
All right.
yeah.